Alright, look at this. The bayou is up. It's running high and looking good, I hope. Let's see. Alright, hello friends and family. Today is Sunday, February 16th, and it's a little bit chilly. You can see I'm not normally in long sleeves when I go out. So this is a spot that I have come to several times before and made videos several times before. I took my dad and my oldest daughter here once when they were visiting. It's a great catfish spot. I've never seen the water this high. It's not flooded by any means, but you know, normally there's a beach here. That's all submerged. That pipe behind me is normally sticking up out of the water. So it looks pretty awesome to me. This is a great spot for catfish. I think the water's gonna be a little chilly. I'm not sure how that's gonna affect things, but I'm hoping it'll be good. So yeah, it's just a really nice day out here. It's been a while since I fished the big bayou for big fish, and I'm really excited. I got a carp the other day. That's been in the freezer. I'm gonna cut that up and yeah, just soak up some sun and hopefully catch some fish. So there's my big old carp. So I put this in the freezer, and I should have taken it out sooner because it's just a frozen block of ice. But nice big bait fish, huh? Great for cut bait. But yeah, it's I need to thaw it out and soften it up a bit. I may have to soak it in some water. I guess I could try. This thing is really frozen. I need an axe to cut this. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna go, there's a little pool of water over there. I'm gonna go set this in it to defrost. Okay, got a nice big chunk here. It's really just frozen solid though. I cut the fins off. I'm actually gonna thaw these out for a moment too, not too long. So it seems like when I look at it through the camera, it doesn't look quite as impressive. But you can see, like, there's some serious water here. We've got a great, big, beautiful pool. There's like, you know, that's kind of like a little waterfall. Now the water's so high, it's almost level with it, but normally that's an obstacle. And there's a little bit of a drop off. And I mean, you know, just look at this fast water and then all this slow water to both sides, and look at the size of this pool. You know, you can imagine there's got to be some big fish in here. So it's a really great spot. Yeah, let's get into it. You know, that bait is still absolutely frozen solid, so I'm gonna give it just a little bit more time. I think it should thaw out pretty quick. The water's comparatively warm, at least the runoff. So I'm gonna just hop over there. There's like a little creek, and in the past I've seen little bass and bluegills and stuff in there. So I'm thinking I have a small rod with a tiny little hook and some worms. I'm thinking about trying to catch some live bait. Like I may be able to hook a little bluegill or something. And I also have my cast net. So I might just try for some live bait while I'm letting that thaw out a little. Got a brand new cast net here. These things often get destroyed around here because with the murky water, it's hard to know what you're throwing your net on top of, and you know, I end up throwing it on top of some kind of snag, and then in order to get it out, I have to, you know, basically just rip the thing apart, force it out, and then, you know, it's ruined. So I go through quite a few of these every year. So I got a new one here. Try it out. Bitch. All right, what was that? 3-4 casts. I got the thing snagged. Now it's broken. And I slipped and fell into the water, so I'm soaked. I'm gonna have to wade in there and get it out. I might as well just do it now while I'm wet. Son of a bitch. Can't freaking believe it. Damn it, brand new. Now I'm soaked. But you know, I don't want to leave that thing in the water because, you know, they're made to ensnare animals, and that's just going to be a death trap for wildlife. I saw a bunch of turtles in here, birds and stuff, so I'd rather get it out of there and dispose of it properly. But that sucks. There goes my chances for getting live bait, but let's go see if that carp is thawed out. Well, it's frozen on the inside still, but soft on the outside, so that'll have to do. So if this is anything like the previous times that I've come here, you know, when I first got here, almost immediately, as soon as the bait goes in the water, had a big catfish on. So let's see what happens this time. So I'm going for big ones today. I got big bait, big hooks, heavy line, the works. So let's see what happens. had one there. So I think these baits may be a little unnecessarily big. I'm gonna cut them in half. Okay, I think that's a bit more reasonable. There's definitely fish in here that are big enough to eat those, but catfish will try to bite off more than they could chew, you know? I think that's what happened there. That one was like swimming around with it in his mouth and he spit it out. So I'm going to just, whoop. Feels like I'm snagged up, but there's definitely a fish on here. It feels like he's got me wrapped on something. Good size one. See if he'll unwind himself. You can feel when the line is, you know, pulling on a branch or something. It's like, I don't know, it's just something you can feel. It's definitely scraping on something. I don't want it to break. So I'm hoping he'll, you know, swim away from whatever it's wrapped up on. But it looks like he's planted somewhere now. Maybe he's tied up, which would really suck. Well, at least the fish are biting. Damn it, he's definitely wrapped up on something. It's the same snag that I got hung up on a little bit when I casted this one before. I've got no weight on it, so the line drifted down right to that spot. I don't know if you saw that, but I was about 2 seconds away from losing that rod and reel. So that was a good sized blue catfish over there. I saw him, he came up out of the water and then spit the bait. So he got away, but at least I got to take a look at him. And this guy, for sure, is wrapped up on something down there. I can feel it. You know, when I'm pulling him, I can feel the friction on the line. So I don't know what to do. I really don't want to wade out there. Really don't want to wade out there. I'm hoping that he'll just swim himself free. This is really a pickle. I'm gonna open the bail up for a minute. Okay, this setup ain't working. I almost just lost this rod again. And now I think this guy might be tangled up on something. You know, the times I came here before, I didn't encounter any snags at all, not even one. So with this guy, I just opened the bail up, and I'm hoping that he'll somehow swim away from that spot and untangle himself. I really don't want to have to break the line and leave him with a hook in his mouth, you know? And I don't know what the hell's on here. It feels like an alligator snapper. It's just, I don't know if it's wrapped up on something, but it feels like I'm stuck on a boulder down there. But I gotta figure out a way where these rods aren't gonna get yanked into the water. I got sand all over my reels now. If I could loosen the drag, but shit, man. Now both of my lines, I got fish on both of these, and both of them are snagged up on the bottom. Just not my day today, I guess. All right, that actually worked. He did manage to swim himself free, which is great. Not very big, you can see. There you go, for scale. So. Adios. All right, now I don't know what the hell's on the end of this line. If I didn't know any better, I'm either snagged badly or I've got a huge alligator snapping turtle on the end of this. But I've got really, no, it can't be an alligator snapper. An alligator snapper will move when you put a lot of force on them. I'm putting a lot of force on this and I'm getting zero budge at all. Okay, well, I was able to pull it free. The fish was gone, which is a terrible shame, but I'm just happy that, you know, he didn't break the line with that hook in his mouth. I got a pretty serious hook and leader line on here, so let's see. There's leaves and sticks on here. Bait's chewed up pretty damn bad. Wow. Well, yeah, that sucks, but I'm just glad that the fish is okay. We'll try again. So you see that calm water on the other side of the rapids? I would really like to get over there. And the first time I ever came here, I actually parked over there and walked down that side, but it's not as comfortable as a place to fish from as my little sandy beach here. We got something, hold on. line on my reel. Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh my God. I'm out of line on my reel. I got this one beast here. Okay, I just got one in, and look, the fish took, I've got no more line on the reel. It's a monster. He's out there somewhere. I can't believe it. I hope I can just overpower him. Wow, look at the size of this fish. That is a big one. I've got a real problem here with this fish on. My reel being out of line. You know, if he wasn't stuck on, you hear that? You probably can't, but he's really tangled up on something down there. There's a lot of friction whenever he pulls on it. So if it wasn't for that, I'd just try to overpower him and get him in. I don't know what to do. I want him to free himself, but I've tried, you know, different angles, but it's not really working. Okay. Yeah. Somehow he managed to spit that out. Okay, good. Man, this is a very exciting / stressful day. All right, man. I'm gonna just take a little break and collect my thoughts. Lots of action today. Started out with me like losing my cast net right away. Tons and tons of bites, but you know, the fish just keep getting tangled up on stuff there. It doesn't matter like where in the pool I'm fishing. Every single time they're getting hung up. And you know, I fished here a number of times. I've never once got hung up on something, so I don't know. I guess there's just a lot more snags now than there used to be, but I'm just trying to think of how I can still fish but avoid getting hung up. You know, I could try just right offshore and not go so far out. You know, just kind of right in here. It seems like I probably won't have as much luck, but I've already had a lot of action. So we'll see. You know, maybe they'll smell it and come over to it in shallow water. I'm not really sure. But here, I'm going to turn the camera around and show you what I think is causing my problem. See all of this? Rebar. Yeah. See all of that? You can imagine, like, when the water's really gushing, you know, some of that concrete will go tumbling into the pool, and there's probably just a bunch of that concrete down there with the rebar on it. So I'm actually not sure why I haven't encountered it more before. Any bait fish in here? Don't have my net anyways. But yeah, all right. So I think I'm just gonna try in the shallows, see if I can avoid getting snagged up like that. It's hard though. All right. Well, another thing is I definitely don't need 2 rods at once. You know, multiple times today I've had 2 fish on at the same time. And while that's very exciting, you know, I'm not managing it well. Maybe if somebody else was here with me. So we'll see. I just casted this just a little bit offshore. Hopefully there's no snags there. But we'll see. I don't want to stop fishing on account of that, but it's definitely making it tough. I can't believe it, but I've got another fish on and I seem to be hung up on the bottom again. It's just so surprising to me because all the other times I've come here, I've not been snagged even once. At least not that I can remember. Maybe I'm just getting old and I forgot, but it wasn't like this. So, yeah, I'm just trying to think of how I can do this. I could try a float, actually. I think that might actually be the best way to do it. You know, this water here, where the eddy is, you know, it's just kind of circling back around. So I could try a float, try to keep it off the bottom. All right, well, I've been here about 2 hours now, and it has been an action-packed day. Just non-stop bites. The only problem is, every single time I've had a bite, I've been hung up on the bottom on something also. And yeah, it's really starting to get on my nerves. I just had to break the line. First time I've ever had to do it at this spot. I really hate doing that. You know, leaving the fish with the hook in its mouth like that, but there's just nothing I could do. I couldn't free it. I tried to get it free for a long time. So I've got one of those big orange floats on now. And I've got that just in the still water next to the rapids. So I'm gonna try that. Hopefully that'll be enough to keep it off the bottom. Hopefully if and when a fish does take it, he won't wrap me up on something down there. We'll see, but this should help at least. So right now it's staying exactly where I want it, right in the same place. Pretty awesome. So this line, I don't feel like putting new line on the reel right now, and it's dangerously low. So I'm gonna leave this one out, retire that rod for the day, and just fish with this one. I've already had enough action for one day. If I don't get anything else, it's still been a really great day. So I'll hang out for another hour or so and enjoy the sunshine while it lasts, and then call it a day. I can't believe I got away. That was a monster. Unfortunately, I was texting. I didn't have the camera on, but I looked up and all of a sudden the float was gone, and then it was like something ran like hell. So it could have been a catfish, but that kind of seems like a gar too, since it spit the bait. So I'm gonna try the same piece of bait in the same spot and see if we can repeat that. That was really exciting. And no snag that time, so I guess the float is the way to go. That's the second time this happened. Just within a couple of minutes. Got the float in the shadow of the bridge there. And something keeps yanking it down and tearing off across the pool with it. And then when I start yanking on it, it spits it out. So to me, that really seems like a gar, but I don't know. I'm not sure how active they are in this cold water. It could be that a catfish just kind of got it in its mouth and didn't really get it all the way down or something. It's hard to say. I'm thinking about just, letting him run with it for a little while next time, but A, I don't want him swallowing the hook, and B, I don't want him wrapping up on, a snag down there and all that time. So I might just switch to a little bit smaller piece of bait. Okay, just reeled in this little blue catfish. Took it off the float, which was nice. Appreciate that. No bottom snagging. So float is the way to go, I guess, because they're still taking it and I didn't get snagged. All right. Nice fish, huh? Bye-bye. Well, the fun continues, I guess. That is a fatty. Not very big, but look at the belly on that fish. Wow, what a beauty. That fish just looks so healthy. So I guess it looks like it's wrapped up in my other line here. I don't even think I've been here 3 hours, and I caught a lot of fish, and I had a lot get away. All blue catfish. None of them particularly big, but definitely my record for most blue catfish ever in a day. So very exciting day. Got soaked, destroyed my cast net right off the bat. So not the best start, but had a good finish. And yeah, it's just a really great spot. Beautiful day. Had a nice time. So I don't even know how many I caught. It was all such a whirlwind. But anyways, thank you all for watching. Hope everybody's doing well, and we'll see you soon.